Peach, y'all. It's Sunday. I believe it's the 23rd, 23rd. I think it's the 23rd. You see here, we didn't get the full catalyzation of that gooey stuff, right? It was the Devcon and the JB Slow. Now the JB Slow is underneath here. It's hard as a rock. Right, so let me see if I can get a piece over here. It's hardened right up, but the other stuff is not. So we're giving it a little help. It's not super hot. It's low speed. Doesn't feel like it's too close. It's because it's not. But if we put some heat to it, like you saw in the past, you know, see it's kind of. It's moving around on top of the JB that's there. If this doesn't harden up, we'll more than likely just get a sharp scraper and scrape it all off. Dig as much out of there, you know, as we can down to the hard stuff. And then we'll just take the quick stuff and fill it in. Probably what we should have done to begin with, but you know, it hadn't gone off yet. So there you go. We're working on the cart. We're knocking a bunch of things off the list. We're getting ready to swap the new gear on. Without giving everything away. Oops, sorry about that. Without giving everything away. There was a 20 tooth on here, and that was still a little too Bonneville for Grattan with these big tires, right? These it's a 650 tire, right? 650 tire. And this is a 6-inch wide wheel. So we wanted to get the big diameter. These measure 36 inches, man. They're big. It's a big tire. So all of our gearing, you know, wasn't exactly right. Probably, I think a tooth. So if we were 1821 while we were testing at Grattan, I think we would have been real close. 1820 probably would have worked with the 710. Dunlop at 34 3/4 to 35 inches in circumference. So a full inch. And according to, you know, like I told you, we got some numbers from our buddy Ed. Ed's super experienced on everything karting. All different dirt, sprint, road race carts, lay down shifter, clutch cart, doesn't matter. He's done it all. He builds them for a living, and he's super educated in this stuff. Ed's an engineering type guy. He owns his own big fabricating style. He has a license to weld on airplane stuff at Hartsfield there in Atlanta. He's in Lawrenceville. Sorry, everything's a Villerberg down there, isn't it? But so we got an idea. We're going to go, instead of what we usually do with the 710 tire, is we would run 19 on here and 18 on here, and we'd overdrive it one tooth, and that was really good. We'd be just under bouncing off the rev lights, right? About 14,000 revs. That's where we shift this cart, 14 grand. Unless of course she's still pulling, and then we'll wait a tick or two. But what we're doing here is we're going with 18 because it was already on here, and 18. So we'll be 1 to 1, and then if we need to change the gear at all for any reason, we'll put a 19 on here, or you know, if for some reason it was too much, we'd put a 17 on there instead of getting in here and changing this stuff, because this is a little harder to do. If you got access here, you just loosen this bolt, take the arm off, and really just lift it up out of the way. This whole rig just up out of the way, so we could get the snap ring, get it off. You know, theoretically, here we are back to theoretically speaking. Theoretically, that should be quicker, but we'll see. We're ready to do either or. Carbs on, everything is sealed. We got the red gook sealer in there. We got right. We got full throttle, so we're good to go there. we're good to go there. So yeah, we're knocking things off the list as we go. We're going to get the gear on and stuff that way. I told Bob we'd be making smoke before the end of the weekend. It'd be a little easier to do if I had some help. As you see, I don't have the engine starter nut on because we had the big aluminum chain guard on here, and we really didn't have any way to access through there. I think it would have been like I don't know, like right in the middle of this cluster of crap right here, as it was. So yeah, we're just we're probably gonna have to. We got the axle start. We're more than likely gonna have to do that. And I can jack it up, have Sherry run the pedal, spin the axle, have Mike Fisher, somebody spin the axle. I'll drop the clutch from outside the cart, and she can get it running. We'll find neutral. She can keep it running. We'll take the booster, the block of wood out from underneath it. It'll be in neutral. We'll set it down. I can climb in, and then she'll give me the hi-ho sign, all that kind of thing. And you know, when the flag goes up, we got a minute to go. It kind of sucks, but if you're sitting in it, when we did it on back in 13, we didn't have the rear end on the cart. The radiator wasn't back there, and Chuck could just shove me, just put his foot on the bumper and just shove me right off the block. Wasn't that big a deal. It's going to take a little bit more work this time, but it's all good. I'm going to get to work, get the gear changed. Then really the biggest things we've got to do before we get to the seat mess is balance the front Vegas. So we'll probably take the nose off because we're going to bleed brakes as well. We'll take these off, mount new hard R60s, because that's what we're going to race. We don't think the Vega White is going to make. They may not make it past practice day. We're going to try not to put the least amount of time on both these carts on Friday. The sprint cart, we may only turn laps in it once. If I'm out there running, I'm going to leave the gear that's on it. And if we run down the straightaway and we don't see flashing lights by ourselves, I think we're good to go. If we see the lights, the rev lights are flashing, then we'll probably have to add a tooth, because if we don't, and we get into a draft in the race with the lights already flashing on my own, it's gonna over rev the shedingle out of that thing. So trying to outguess ourselves here at home, do our homework now so we don't have to do it at the track. Probably have to do a little tuning on this thing, you know, because we are running the Q16, which we've never run before. We'll just fatten everything up before we get it started out in the pit lane and practice, and hoping that if the rear diameter of the Vega Whites are the same diameter, because they're on the same wheel, the 6-inch wheel, as the new R60Bs we've got up there. So we got the full set up there, but we don't want to use the fronts. The R60B is softer than the R60. So Keith sent us a set of front tires to hopefully 28 laps. Quite a long time. Adam says, well, Daytona's not really that abrasive. Well, big, heavy, fast kart, using a lot of front brakes, creating heat, heats up the hub, heats up the wheel, and burns up the tires quicker. I like a lot of front brake in my go-kart, especially at Daytona. You want to make sure you're slowing down. That's just all there is to it. So there's a quick update for you. We're tuning up. We had the hair dryer running in the in the fashion gallery over here. She's getting her hair done. We're working on this one here, cleaning it up as we go as well. And yeah, we're just trying to knock things off the list. We got to put an exhaust probe in the pipe, no big deal. Mount and balance the fronts, four-wheel, no big deal. The seat is going to be the biggest ordeal, and we still have to pressure check the engine. We need to go get another expanding plug, like we use in the header. We'll take the carburetor off and we'll put it right in the intake, and that way it'll hold pressure and we can check it real quick. But you know what? I'm confident that this thing's fine. You know, I know it's been 3 years since I drove it, but I'm telling you, it's going to be fine. It's all fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. See y'all later. Hang in there. We're getting her together as best we can. And we're making progress. And we still got a lot of time. So we're good to go.